Hey everybody, it's Emily, and this is Emmylou Arts, and I'm back. It's only been 2 months. What are you talking about? I'm gonna journal today in what I am calling the Great Catch-Up. Oh, that was supposed to make more of a farting sound. There. I actually got the ketchup out. I wanted it to go when I said the Great Ketchup. And of course, the one time you want the ketchup bottle to go, it doesn't do that. But at any rate, here we are. I posted to Instagram because a lot of you thought I was dead. 6 feet under. No, I'm not. I just, life is freaking crazy. It's crazy right now. And so I got a wild hair and I went and printed out a bunch, the last 56 days worth of photos that were on my camera roll. Definitely not everything that's been happening, but the highlights, I guess. And printed them off at old Walgreens, made some of them like into little pictures with the Pick Stitch app. And I printed those out. And then I spent some time watching YouTube and my favorite pastime, and gluing them in on or around the date that they happened. And then I came in the next day, and I spent a little bit more time with my watercolors, watching, yet again, more YouTube. Actually, no! When I was doing this, I was watching The Summer I Turned Pretty on Amazon Prime. Oh my goodness. It's something else. It's cute. So I recommend that. And I was watercoloring, and I plopped watercolor for an hour and a half. And none of those things were very exciting to see. It was just glue and then me with a paintbrush just going like that. There's no rhyme or reason. I just wanted the pages to be crunchy and crinkly and fantastic. And the name of the game of this whole ketchup scenario, get it ketchup in my journal, ketchup, was just to be quick about it, because I ain't got all day or all month to finish this up, but I had a lot of pictures that I wanted to keep track of that I didn't want to just sit on my camera. So here we are. Some of this stuff too is not photos. They are screenshots that I take of things that I like, that make me laugh, and that the weasels post in the Facebook group. And I print those off on the computer. Like this, somebody posted The Kiss by Gustav Klimt, the cat version, and I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. So I took a screenshot. I know, it's all the artists are gasping. It's thievery. Illustration by Ina Ruda. And then her Instagram is there if you zoom in. And then on the 27th, Addie had a hat day. You'll be happy to know that instead of just doing a countdown to the end of school the last 7 days, they did an entire month full of special days, special themed days. So that was fun. It started this day with hat and sunglasses, or it was beach day or something. So she wore my beach hat and these gigantic sunglasses that I actually bought in college. I actually spent a lot of money on those sunglasses, and now she wears them for dress up. So that was that, and I put in some cute washi tape. And on the next day, I had cut out to this horoscope when I was having coffee with my parents way back in April, and it said, "There's a change in you. However subtle the change may be, it will land you in a completely different place than you would be if you had remained the same." And I loved that, so I had to cut it out, as I do. And then I stuck it on my desk and didn't look at it again until, mid-June, late June. So, I forgot to tell you, the thing I did after I plopped watercolor was went through all the magazines that have been stacking up since I have not been in my journal or doing anything really. And so there was a couple real simples. There was a couple of the old issues of the Daphne's Diary that they had sent me, and then 3 brand new issues of Daphne's Diary that were so gorgeous. So I flipped through those and tore out images that I liked, that I thought might apply to some of the things that I had pasted down, or just things that I liked, because there was a lot of blank pages in here, and I was just gonna fill them with pretty things, like this flower. And the little fairy, that's from a Daphne's Diary, and I just thought it was really, really pretty. So I put that in there. The other page that says, the secret is to not allow the fact that you can't do everything to keep you from doing something. Something, then rest. Something, then rest. I love that. And I took a screenshot of that way back in April when I was, struggling or something. Oh, when am I not, right? And I printed it out on the computer. So now it's just throwing in stickers. That pretty butterfly is from Antiquarian sticker book. And then I was using some of the sticker books from Michael's that are the, what's the brand? I'm in my kitchen also, if that sounds echoey, that's why. So I apologize. I'm not good at this. Oh, I wanted more color on the page, so I decided to smear around some color with my finger with this acrylic paint, and it didn't give me the exact vibe I was hoping for. I was just being lazy and didn't want to grab my watercolors. This looks more like a murder happened in my art room. It's just blood splatter, but that's okay. It's just forensic evidence. But it doesn't bother me. I love it. It's fun, and it was fun it reminded me of when I first started art journaling, and I would use my fingers to spread acrylic paint all over pages all the time. And it dries so fast that it's like super easy to just get a smear of, like, a wash of color, and you can blend them, and it's fun. And it made me remember that. I don't know if I'd call it a technique. That makes it sound like I know what I'm doing. But in honor of All Hail Queen Allie Brown, speaking of when I started journaling, she was the impetus for me to start journaling. She is on YouTube, and she is an artist, and she's phenomenal. And way back in 2016, I started watching her videos somehow, and she inspired me to start journaling and creative journaling in her little, like, traveler's notebook size things. And then she used to always do these like 3 groups of 3 crosses, and I loved that. So I added that to the crime scene, and I really like it. I think it's really cute. My friend Jamie sent me those liquid roller gel pens, the Pentel ones. They are so pretty. They're shimmery. And they are better than the jelly rolls because they're not as, like, squishy. They're not as juicy. That's the word. Not squishy. They're not as juicy. So they don't take forever and get all over the place. I really like them. So thanks, Jamie. Oh gosh, I'm going to lose my breath. And then the next page, I didn't have anything to say about that. So I glued in this pretty picture of birds. That was from a Daphne's Diary. And I was looking, and then it was bordered by this pretty polka dot. And I love polka dots. So that other little lavender, if today was heavy, put it down and let it go, was a print off from my computer from a screenshot that I had taken of some sort of motivational poster or something like that. These things just sit on my camera, and sometimes I print them out, sometimes I don't. Oh, did I put a picture of a creepy bird? I was trying to carry across the bird theme, so I found a bird in the Antiquarian sticker book. I found that I don't really like actual birds as much as I like cartoon birds. They look kind of mean. This passage by Brene Brown, she posted on her Facebook. And I took a screenshot of it. because if you follow Brene Brown, she decided to take a break from her posting and everything. And it said, it resonated so deeply with me that I took a screenshot of it and I had to print it out. And it said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and freedom. That's a quote by Viktor Frankl. But I highlighted the things that kind of resonated with me, and I ended up highlighting, I've learned to pry open that space over the past 26 years. Breath, curiosity, better sleep, working out, intention, therapy, prayer. I've learned to practice what Buddhists called the sacred pause. But in the past 2 years have taken a toll, and now it's time for a serious recommitment to creating and maintaining space. And then at the bottom, I highlighted, do not be afraid to disappear from us for a while and see what comes to you in the silence. I'm a big fan of silence. And you guys, that really resonated. And I think it might be part of the reason I just sort of disappeared, because it just struck me in such a way, like just because I didn't know what to do and I needed that space. And I think I still do. I'm still a work in progress to figure out where my channel is going, if I even have a channel still, I don't know. But I just needed to see what comes to me in this time without the noise. Not you guys aren't noise, but you know what I'm saying. So that really struck me. So the next page was there was a beautiful sheet from one of the Daphne's diaries. It said, today is the perfect day to be happy. And it had this beautiful floral border on it. And those little washi strips. The Daphne's diaries are really fun because they're full of like surprises like that, like stickers and washi strips and different like crafts that you can punch out of the magazine and do yourself. So I just used the flamingo and the birds. And then there's a bunch of empty pages that I didn't have anything to put on, so I flipped through those. I had watercolored on them. All the way to Thursday, May 12th, which was Nurses Day. And I had once again collected this candy bar wrapper from one of the nurses she made at school. One of the nurses on my unit, her family made these chocolate bars for us and wrapped them in those cute packages. And then at my school nurse unit, or school nurse like meeting that we have, she gave us a little present, and it was tied with a bow, and it had that school nurses are like unicorns, they make magic happen. So I kept that, and I thought it was really cute. And then I remembered that when I was flipping through all the magazines, there was a picture of a little mouse nurse in a Daphne's diary, so I cut that out too. And then uses some of my nurse stickers, as you do. And then I put in a bunch of pictures from the kids' first track meet. This spring they have been doing track. I know I told you guys about that before I went silent. Their first track meet went, great, good, okay. They both survived and they had fun. And Henry actually got third in his age group for the high jump. Turns out all that flopping on the trampoline, he was in training. So he was so proud to get a medal, and I was over the moon for him, because when we were pulling into the parking lot of the track meet, it was really busy, and he was like, I don't want to do this. I'm just going to make a fool of myself. I was like, Henry, it doesn't matter if you make a fool of yourself. I said, I was always in last place for everything. You guys know this. Not an athlete. And, but the people that lose are the people that don't even try. So we're just going to give it a shot. And he was so proud of himself. And Addie did great running. She ran her own race, which we found out is not long distance. She's more of a sprinter. But she stuck with it. So I was so proud of them. It was great. And let's see, this was a busy weekend. And on Saturday night, Michael and Henry left on a Boy Scout trip to go to the Strategic Air Command and Aerospace Museum in Nebraska. They went for Boy Scouts. And so we had a girls' night with Ari's two best friends and their moms, and we went out for sushi, which was super fun because Addie had never had actual sushi before, and it had been a long time since I did too. And we had so much fun. We had a girls' night. So that was fantastic. And then Sunday, I put in that picture because Addie had dance pictures. It was a marathon weekend. Marathon. And by the end, I was tired and grumpy. And I cut out that Super Flower Blood Moon Eclipse article because there was a super cool moon thing on the way, and I just pasted it in on that day because I think it was supposed to happen over the 15th and 16th or something. So yeah, I just posted that in there. Pasted. And then some of those Recollections animal stickers for dance pictures, which went surprisingly smoothly. As smooth as dance pictures can go if you've ever partaken in that particular festivity. It's a trial for someone stronger than me. This was also another thing I tore out of a Daphne's diary. Those who don't jump will never fly. And I loved the pictures. And then the edges of it sort of became like a use it up kind of thing where I pulled out all my random sticker pages of like flowers that I had, just random flowers from Happy Planner sticker books and I don't know, any kind of flowers, and stuck them on the sides. And I like it. It's crazy and flowery. And then I did post, I had forgotten that I had posted on Instagram that I had started sewing. So I didn't have, it was in this space, you know, like that sacred pause, that I was like, what do I feel like doing? What makes me feel happy and excited right now? And it turned out it was sewing. And I was sewing these little dolls. My mom and I bought this book at the quilt store, the fabric store that she goes to. And it's to make these dolls. And they're so stinking cute. And I made like a few of them because my process improved over time. And I ended up changing the pattern somewhat from like the book and kind of doing my own thing. That's the ballerina was my own like version because I ended up like acrylic painting the little ballet shoes and the leotard and the hair and the face. It was so fun. And I really enjoyed sewing for that, you know, little amount of time. It was really a fun thing. And I had kind of forgotten about my sewing machine. So I got that, dusted that baby off and got it up in my my office, quote unquote office. And so now it's in there so I can sew whenever I feel like it. And it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. And making those dolls was so fun. They're so cute that I just had to stop myself from like making 1,000 dolls. I had them like lined up on the bed in there. Michael was like in my office. He's like, what are you going to do with all those dolls? Just tell me you're not going to put them in our bedroom so they can watch us sleep. I was like, no, and they're going to stay in here. It was funny. Maybe you had to be there. And I left some space in these pages for writing too. I'm going to probably, maybe if I have time, go back and write, you know, blurbs about what happened or what was going on these pages or whatever. But that sewing machine was another like big poster from a Daphne's diary. I thought it was so cute. The next page, Friday, May 20th, was my mom's birthday, and we bought her this amazing lounge chair. If you have money laying around and you need to relax, buy one of these curved chaise lounge chair swings. It's like, it's heaven. It's heaven in a chair. And so, yeah, so it's currently still sitting in my garage waiting to move to my parents' house. So she hasn't experienced the heavenliness of it yet, but she will soon. I promise I'm not trying to keep it. And then I used some of that really cute summer washi tape that I have not used since 2016 when I started my channel and I did a bullet journal spread of like a pool summer theme, and this washi tape was from Michael's in a tube of like summer washi, and I was like, oh well, that's cute, so I used it. And then a picture of the I was at work, it was a slow night, and I was reading the news, and there was a headline that said, "Rare Haboob rips through Northwest Iowa." And it's just a joke between Henry and I because he loves nonfiction, like, and he has one of these like encyclopedia books that talked about like bizarre weather occurrences or something, and the haboob is in there. It's like a dust storm, and it's always just been something that we have just laughed hysterically about, haboobs. And, you know, you can imagine the jokes. So I took a shot of it and I texted it to his iPad because I just had to. And it was amazing. He laughed so hard, and it was great. I love this stage of my children's ages right now where we can just joke about really stupid things, and they have like such good senses of humor. Like, they're so funny. I mean, maybe it's just that I have a very immature sense of humor, and so we get along very well. I don't know. I was using some of these stickers from Cocoa Daisy. I remembered it, you guys. I deserve a damn medal. Cocoa Daisy. Somebody sent me a bunch of old sheets, and I found these little cartoon birds. And I took out that realistic bird ASAP because that was freaking me out. And I put in the cartoon birds, and I like them much more. So this was part 1 of The Great Catch-Up. And it was fun. Oh, I'm not done yet. Never mind, getting ahead of myself. I used this sticker that said Girls Night, and then there was a little airplane sticker, and I put that by the picture of the Strategic Air Command museum trip, and I was just writing in there what took place. So here we are. I'll be back with more, hopefully soon, but you know, I can't make any promises because I'll break them. Love you guys. Bye.